station with God, their status with God. Some prophets stand higher. So in this regard we believe that Prophet Muhammad stands above all other prophets in his nearness to God. Jesus Christ being no exception. Thank you.
Yes, Doctor. The next question is from Mrs. Kumsin, who is not present here today. She's not present today. She has asked a question through an Ahmadi friend, Mr. Abdul Hakim.
Who did it?
Mr. Abdul Hakim is an Ahmadi friend.
Acha. Right. Thank you.
The question is as follows. Some people have the belief that Muslims like fighting because the holy prophets of Islam spread Islam through wars. Is this true?
The premise is unacceptable.
Okay. Yes, I can. Next question is from Matthew Adu. He's a Christian from Ghana.
Yes, please. Right.
What step is the movement doing to bring peace to the various communities falling apart?
Again, you have started speaking in a way that it has begun to split your voice. The first time after it was fixed, you spoke beautifully clearly.
Well,
do something about yourself now.
Okay,
not the microphone. Yes.
What step is the movement bringing?
Don't be too close to the microphone. Leave your hand alone and speak from this distance.
Okay. Is this okay?
Lou, please. You say something, then I'll know.
Is this okay?
It is okay. Is okay. Please.
What step is the movement doing to bring peace to the various communities falling apart due to religious differences, especially in Africa and Asia?
Yes, this was audible and understandable. Yes. The measures taken by the community to establish peace are very wide and varied. In all honesty, we try to serve the cause of peace everywhere in the world. But the problem is that the way we want to serve it is with reference to God and the divine measures taken by all religions to establish peace. And this is difficult. It is not difficult for us directly, but it is difficult for people to accept this advice. They've gone, unfortunately, too far away from the pious divine thinking. The result is that when we propose that model yourself according to the divine wishes, according to the divine design, how man should model himself, this becomes a grave challenge for them, and the very idea is so difficult to implement that even if they agree in principle, they do not agree in their practices. You can try this at your own homes, in your own homes. Give a beautiful lecture to your children. They know that you are right, you know that you are right, but it is not possible for them to shape their life according to this lecture, because their hearts are gravitated towards worldly things. This is the affair, this is the situation of the status of the world today. The hearts of almost all the people of the earth have been too powerfully gravitated towards worldly values in materialism. So they are not in a fit mood to receive a divinely based advice. All we can do is to deliver the divinely based advice, which we do. But such advice is not cared for, it is not accepted. Moreover, the problem is that most of the enemies of Ahmadiyya have spread such false propaganda against Ahmadiyya views that before listening to us, the people seem to have formed a fixed opinion about us, which is wrong. And they are not ready. they're not prepared mentally and psychologically to hear from us directly as to what we are. So when people have already shut the doors of the message upon them, how can we deliver the message? This is a very large obstacle in the way of our delivering the Ahmadiyya philosophy, Ahmadiyya faith, and the concept of Ahmadiyya practices to them. And that is the main problem why the mullahs in Pakistan are repeatedly demanding from the government that Ahmadis should be stopped by law to propagate their faith. They are afraid of it. They know that the moment Ahmadis started propagating their faith themselves, the faith they have been presenting as Ahmadiyya faith will be falsified. So these are great dilemmas which are confronted by us, but with the grace of Allah, with the help of constant prayers and right efforts, we are gaining ground everywhere in the world. Thank you.
Next question is from Lansana Sheku Dabo from Sierra Leone.
Sheku Dabo.
Dabo.
Huh?
Dabo.
Dabo. Right.
What is the cause for separation of Islam into different sects?
Already I have answered this question, haven't I? Not this, his question, but in the previous question, the same thing was asked. And in answer to that, I had said that because they do not have direct access to the Quran and the conduct of Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and they learn their Islam from medievalists, such ulama who are medieval in their nature, and they themselves are split. So no single concept about the Quran can be achieved as long as this continues to happen.
Okay. Next question is from Frank Sheridan. He's a Christian from Britain.
Yes, please.
Why have no prophets come from Africa?
Pardon?
Why have no prophets come from Africa?
How could he come from all over the world? If our prophet has not come from Africa, you should understand that the same objection can be raised against any prophet who claims to be universal. They, the Christians, believe that Jesus was universal. Why did he not come from Africa? Why did he not come from Japan, from Korea, from other countries of the world? So one person has to belong to one country. It is irrelevant where he is born, because what is relevant is the fact that he should come from God, who is universal. That the same applies to Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad of Qadian.
So what I think he meant was, why has no prophet ever come from the African continent?
Oh, then you start speaking in a manner I can't understand. Please don't be excited. Speak slowly like you did in the last question.
Okay. What he's trying to say is, why has no prophet ever come from the African continent?
Now I understand the word no. Previously, the way you spoke, I said your prophet.
Oh.
And by that I thought he meant Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. Now it's a different question.
Yeah.
Who says no prophet ever came to Africa? It's wrong. Who was Moses? Was he not African? According to the Christian's faith, he was an African. The boy is shaking his head, no, he was not African. But if he happens to see any televised program on Moses, he will be surprised to see that according to the Christian vision, he was an African. And most of the prophets before appeared in Africa, while people do not realize that they were African in character. What is Egypt?
Africa.
Is it not a part of Africa?